how these mechanisms occur, we study and we are now interested in the cultivar breeding. Okay. So also we are now studying the automatic irrigation system in the outside field to control the soil moisture. To control the soil moisture, we are now monitoring the water status of the plants and soils. So this is kind of the smart agriculture. By we use a drip irrigation, but how we control, so how we detect the drought, we are now studying. So if we detect the some area of in the field, maybe we can efficiently apply the water in each area, so can be save the water and increase the water use efficiency. Just apply the drought area. So we are examining the different drought index, like meteorological factors, soil factors, leaf temperature factor, transpiration factors, and image analysis factors. So finally, we found the image analysis factor is very sensitive to detect the drought, such as leaf rolling index, LAI, is more sensitive. So this can be used for the drought index we consider. Up to this research topic. So if you have any question, I will accept. Do you have any question for me?
The slide presented by Professor Miyazaki just now. Any? Oh, okay. We have a question.
Yes.
From the students. We have a question. Hello?
Hello? Yes.
We have a question from the students.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Yeah. Please. Ya. Namanya ya. Apa?
Thank you for the opportunity. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Negeri.
Sorry, a little bit echoing. Your voice is a little bit echoing, so.
For the question, what is the appropriate strategy of the long-term season?
Sorry, I couldn't hear your voice. Sorry.
Let me introduce myself.
Okay.
My name is Citra Dewi. For the question, what is the appropriate strategy of water management for agricultural field with long dry season? Thank you.
So I cannot hear your voice clearly, but your question is how is the water management strategy in the dry season?
Yes, extension.
Yes. She said,
Yes, extension. I will repeat the questions from a student.
yeah. So she said she asked me the strategy of the drought
Yes.
in the dry
Think
season.
about the strategy of water management in the agricultural field with the long dry season.
Long dry season. Okay. Yeah, that's a good question, a difficult question, but mostly you should know the pattern of the rainfall. So might be you have the heavy rain season and small rain season even in the dry season. Is that right? So not to fit to the dry sensitive season, not to avoid the dry sensitive stage in the plant. So first, monitor the meteorological conditions, rainfall, how rainfall change, and then arrange the cropping season. This is most important matter. So the cropping season into the suitable period. This is first the farmer should be considered. We had a similar related study in Africa. So in many countries, if we adjust to the appropriate period into the for the cropping season, the grain yield become twice. And if we adjust, arrange to the very poor rainy season, the yield decreased drastically. So anymore, no yield it was. So the arrangement cropping season is most important matter. But how we can arrange because the sowing time is affected by the rainfall at the beginning stage. So this is one of the techniques required. Maybe I show you some techniques to adjust the soil moisture later in this lecture. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think it's clear. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can continue your slide again.
Yeah. No. Okay. It's okay. So can I continue? Maybe the time is limited. Okay.
Continue your slide.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, this is the direction of the evolution in agriculture. The agriculture has been evolving from the rough, extensive agriculture to intensive agriculture into this direction. This is an essential direction for increasing productivity. So capital invested to increase productivity from extensive culture, organic culture, and conventional culture, such as cereals using the modern fertilizer and machinery, and greenhouse culture to the plant factory. So some crops, such as the cereals grown outside field on the large scale, are difficult to apply to greenhouse cultivation and plant factories, but agriculture has been developing and diversifying towards further intensification. Okay, this is a very important slide, I think. The left diagram illustrates environmental constraints on crop yield. Crop yield are affected by the variety of environment, which, so for example, the solar radiation and the temperature, which are regional specific environmental factors, and water management, water environment, which is provided by local infrastructure development, and pest, nutrient, and weed management. So which is provided by farmers' capital investment. The right diagram illustrates 4 stages of agriculture. Stage of plant factories, where the environment is entirely controlled. Stage of greenhouse, where solar radiation is natural, but temperature and humidity are controlled to produce across season. Stage of local large-scale outside field, where water management can be controlled, and extensive culture is conducted on unsuitable agricultural land. So agriculture can be placed in different stages, depending on how the desirable environment required by plants can be supplied. The purpose of this lecture to learn the diversity of agriculture through different stages of water management. The topic of the water management discussed here mainly range from greenhouse environments to unsuitable outside farmland in soil-based agriculture. In some areas, water can be controlled with irrigation, but in other areas, irrigation cannot be applied where only rainfall is available. So one size fits all technology cannot be applied to different areas. Learn the basics and the application of water management in different regions. Look at this slide. Under the water limiting conditions, water status is essential factor for crop production, and crop yield is divided into total amount of applied water, including the rainfall, and yield per total amount of applied water, which is called water use efficiency. The yield divided by total amount of applied water. So this WE is further divided into the total biomass production, plant weight per divided by total amount of applied water, which is WE for biomass production, multiply yield divided yield per biomass production, which is called harvest index. So under the dry conditions where yield is decreased, reduced applied water generally increase the WE because divided by total amount of water. So relative lower WE is mainly due to the lower WE for biomass production. This is the key of the under the dry condition, but higher harvest index. This is increased under the dry condition. So let's think about how total weight should be maintained in the water limited environment. So I give you the one assignment in the finally. So through this lecture, please consider about this. Yield comprises the product of irrigation rate and water use efficiency in the last slide. Water use efficiency comprises water use efficiency for dry matter production and harvest index. Okay, in the last slide. So please list as many methods to avoid drought in agriculture as possible, and discuss which factors are related to the each agriculture technique. This is the final question. So now I show you the practical techniques for water management in different stages of agriculture, from the start from the plant factories to extensive cultivation. So first of all, water management in plant factories here. The advantages of plant factory is that they can produce plants without or less influence from the external environment, thus creating an optimum environment for plant production. Of particular note is high utilization efficiency of the invested resources. For example, irrigated water can be used again by humidifying the water vapor in air conditioner. Thus, only just 0.07% of the total area of the horticultural facilities is actually used in as plant factory in Japan due to the high cost of buildings and initial capital investment, electricity for air conditioning and lighting, so very high cost. And the fact that plant factories using the lighting are only suitable for leafy vegetables and small medicinal plants that prefer low light. So even taking that into account, that cost will come down in the future. Priority should be given to the increasing the number of plants grown in the greenhouse with natural sunlight. Maybe I think it's better rather than the plant factory. Now I give you some questions. So please read this QR code. So maybe chairman ask you to not to use a mobile phone, but please take your mobile phone and read QR code. This one. The enter the online quiz website Slido. Online quiz. As free Slido cannot accept more than 100 participants. So if their attendance more than 100, please join with your neighbors. Okay. So can you enter? And first of all, I read the question. I give the question. Question 1. Most of Japanese people dislike neither the high humidity of summer, nor the low humidity of winter. Both dislike Japanese people. What happens to the rate of photosynthesis when atmospheric data and humidity is high for the plant? Do you understand the question? So how humidity affects the photosynthesis? This is the question. Please select the options from A. The photosynthesis is not affected by humidity. B. This is A. So the B answer is a high humidity increase photosynthetic rate. C. The high humidity decreases photosynthetic rate. It is correct. So now I back to the can you see the slide? Can you see this? Fajar, can you see this slide image screen? This one? Still you can see. Okay. Please, have you read the this one? Have you read this QR code? Please read the QR code. Maybe you can take a picture and then you can read. Fajar, your voice is mute. Fajar, can you hear me? Fajar, excuse me, Fajar. I cannot hear your voice. Please take your mute.
Sensei,
Yes, yes.
can you hear my voice?
Yes, yes, I can hear.
Yeah. The can you make it your slide larger because we need the QR code, the barcode.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
No, impossible.
So can you scan the QR code?
Yeah.
And then please choose the correct answer, A, B, or C, according your knowledge.
Yeah, please read the QR code, this one.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Or maybe the delivery in the okay. This slide is not showing the delivery. So look at this. Read the QR code. So, okay. So, start quiz. So, select your button.
For the answer of A, no students answer. The B,
Okay. So,
I know the correct answer.
oh, really? So, yeah, can you answer? Which is correct?
Uh, many
Father.
students answer on choose the C answer.
Yeah. What do you think? Which is correct?
For my opinion, the
Yes.
answer is D. Of course. You are asking.
Oh,
Doctoral
you,
student.
yeah, maybe you are a clever student. Okay. So now time is up. So results can be closed. Okay. So correct answer is B. B is correct. Okay. I show you the reader's board. Maybe the first early answer. Mr. Peter, Hannibal, and Asia-san, such a very fast, quick answer. Okay. So I show you the again the why the answer is B.
Yeah.
So humidity, higher humidity increases. Higher humidity increases photosynthetic rate is correct. So when humidity is higher, the water vapor deficit is smaller. And amount water vapor, you understand water vapor, and the amount of water transpirated is lower. So even with large stomata opening, under the high humidity, the large stomata opening, the higher it reduces transpiration, the increases photosynthesis and promotes the growth with increase in plant height and leaf number and leaf area. So that means the higher humidity, the water vapor deficit is more. So do you know the water vapor deficit? Maybe the difference between the air vapor, water vapor, and the leaf water vapor. If this is large difference, the transpiration occur easily. So the water vapor deficit is smaller, means transpiration becomes smaller. But the stomata open, so photosynthesis increases. So conversely, if the humidity is low, water vapor deficit are greater, so easy to water vapor from the leaf increase and increasing the transpiration. So, however, the stomata become more closed due to the lack of water and reduce the photosynthetic rate under the low humidity conditions. So the correct answer is B. Okay, and by using this the physiological response, the humidity is controlled in the farm, the grass house, greenhouse. The water, vapor water deficit, which is the difference between the air humidity and the leaf inside. If this is large, the transpiration occur easily. This humidity control is very important to increase the transpiration, photosynthesis, and the nutrient absorption. In this slide figure, the yellow area in the table shows a range of appropriate humidity, water vapor deficit, 3 to 6 grams per cubic meter. So for example, if the temperature is 25 degrees, the correct range is 75 to 85% of relative humidity. So if the humidity is too dry, above 6, the crop will close its stomata and stop transpiring. If the humidity is too wet, below 3, this area, there is no difference in the water vapor pressure between the inside and the outside of the stomata, and transpiration does not occur. Until now, there has been a tendency of overdry in tomato greenhouse cultivation against over humidity, but more and more farmers are now in Japan using mist spraying to regulate humidity to achieve good quality and high yield. However, long-term cultivation at excessive humidity beyond the appropriate range may increase diseases such as mold, and nutrient absorption may also be suppressed due to the lack of transpiration, resulting in the calcium deficiency. So now the second question continuously join the Slido. The website name is Slido. So again, I show you the question here. Please answer the question too. The plant use tremendous amount of water, especially during the day. They use many times their weight in water. Why do plants use so much water during the day? Which of the following reasons is false? Please select the false answer. The 3 choices. A large amount of water is used for the materials of photosynthesis that is active during the day under strong sunlight. This is false. Or B, to evaporate water from the leaves during the day to regulate the temperature of the leaves. So the temperature control, this is important. The answer is this is false or not. The C, to transport water up to the above ground tips of the plants. Okay, water transportation. So which is a false answer? So answer in the Slido software, website software. Next question. Here. So answer. Okay. Is that okay? but the attendant is just 20, 21.
So,
Hmm.
can you answer the question, students?
Should I show you again the QR code? I'm not sure, but just 27. 8.
Not sure about that. I think they
Yeah.
are still thinking about the answer.
Yeah. So please select the incorrect answer, false answer. So the attendance consider the C is incorrect, 77%. Still, the attendance considering the 49 people join.
So most of them choose the correct answer, ada 77%.
Okay, so time of the answer. So I terminate the answering time. Okay. The result. So
Yeah.
most of the attendants consider the C is incorrect, but
Yes.
the correct answer is A. A is false. Incorrect. Okay.
That's I also choose the C.
Okay. Yes. Because the the A is correct. So this is the incorrect answer. So because photosynthesis is more active during the daytime, so when the sunlight is stronger and they can move the water, and as a material of photosynthesis, you might think A is correct answer, but this is incorrect because many plants use the 500 to 800 grams of water to produce 1 gram of body weight, dry matter weight. So that this means that out of 500 to 800 grams, just 1 gram, only 1 gram is used for the photosynthetic materials. So the main reason plants use so much water is to lower the temperature. Lower the temperature of their leaves during the hot daytime sun. So when water transpiring from the leaf, heat is lost. This is similar to how we sweat on the hot days. So we sweat. And this transpiration action is also to provide water to the tip of the above ground. The water is pulled upwards by the outgoing water. To pull up the water up to the tip of leaves, the large amounts of water must be transpired from the leaves. The nutrients absorbed from the roots are also dissolved in the water. So when the apical leaves pull up water, the nutrients dissolved in the water are also pulled up and supplied to the apical leaves and shoots. So both B and C is correct, and A is some of the meaning incorrect. So I show you our research, one of the research. When the plant moisture decreases, the stomata grows. If stomata closure fails to dissipate heat, the leaf temperature will be up to 2 to 5 centigrade higher than the outside ambient on sunny day. As shown in the picture, in an experiment in maize plant, leaf temperature increased by the average 2 centigrade under the dry conditions, with stomatal closure compared to controlled condition. The rate of increase in leaf temperature under dry conditions creates a crop water stress indicator, and leaf temperature measurement will become an important parameter for crop growth. In some way that we measure the temperature of human body when we are sick. In the same way. So if the areas of the field where irrigation is required identified, irrigation can be minimized efficiently. Figures AC shows cotton canopy temperatures measured across a field. It can be seen that canopy temperatures vary considerably within the field. And figure BD shows soil moisture content in the same field. The soil moisture content shows a similar trend to canopy temperature, making it possible to estimate soil dryness from canopy temperature. As canopy temperature can be measured by non-contact thermography, it is easy to identify dry areas in the field. The irrigation can be controlled by an automatic irrigation system devices. In our experiment, we are able to optimize soil moisture by irrigating with the automatic irrigation command device. When the soil pH values reach 5 kilopascal and 10 kilopascal respectively on the tensiometer. In the figure, it may be finally in the future, it may be possible to automatically control irrigation by monitoring leaf temperature instead of soil temperature. The irrigation techniques includes drip irrigation. This method of irrigation uses drip tubes to irrigate the soil around the crop. Compared to sprinkler irrigation, it is said to save water, produce more yield with the same amount of water, and improve water use efficiency. By mixing nutrients with irrigation water, it is now used in both outside field and greenhouse. As a conventional irrigation method, the inter-row irrigation is often used in the large-scale field. But as shown in the figure, partial root zone irrigation, PRI, is recently developed, which is irrigated alternating between the row, significantly reducing the amount of irrigation water. PRI has been shown in the maize and the potatoes to have a water-saving effect by limiting irrigation, reducing evaporation areas, and expanding the root system. Our research has shown that the irrigation to deep soil layer, deep irrigation, expands the root system of upland rice and promotes the early above ground growth. As shown in the figure, the deeper soil layer irrigated, the larger root system and more fine lateral roots are produced compared to the irrigation irrigating the ground surface. Thus, by changing the irrigation position, the root system development can be induced in the deep soil layer when the soil moisture is higher. The suppression of evaporation from the soil surface is also considered to be a factor in increasing water use efficiency. So now I show you the example of the developing countries. As indicate under the tropical rain-fed conditions without irrigation, how we can control the soil moisture. So this is rain-fed cultivation. Crops are often grown on the sloping terrain. On the plateau of the northern East Thailand, rice rain-fed fields are opened on the plateau on the different elevation. Although the difference in elevation is small, less than 5 meters, the water environment is different. Rainwater flows over the fields from the top to bottom, and the bottom is flooded during the heavy rain. And whereas the top has almost no stagnant water. In the upper parts where there is less water, organic matter is decomposed and the land is poor. So the higher the altitude, the lower the above ground weight and the yield of the rice plants reduced. So similar differences due to the altitude are found in the developing countries in Africa. The cultivation on the slopes is often practiced over the large areas in developing countries. Generally, no slope protection measures are taken and productivity on the sloping land is very low. But however, in the some areas, excellent water catchment and water retention techniques have traditionally been inherited, as shown in this figure. And the diffusion of these techniques is expected to increase in productivity. Under the rain-fed conditions in developing countries, the technology of water catchment and water retention using bands is still effective in sterilizing the crop productivity. And the method building bands instructed for the should be for the farmers. There's also furrow sowing method, which uses the movement of the gravity or gravity water in the soil. The furrow is dug between the ridges of the field, and the seed is sown at the bottom of the furrow. The furrow is about 5 centimeter depth, but the bottom of the furrow is wetter like this, and then the top of the ridge. And the soil temperature is stable during the day and night. So germination is well improved. This technique increases the productivity by collecting water at the bottom of the furrow. The mulch is most popular method to protect the soil moisture from evaporation by covering the area around the crop and between rows with plant residues or plastic. Mulch has the following method. The 1 prevents soil drying, and 2 prevent rapid temperature change. 3 prevent weeds, 4, prevent pests, and 5, prevent soil hardening, 6, prevent soil runoff. As a mulch, cover crops are also used for the ground cover to inhibit the evaporation from the ground, control soil erosion by winds, wind and erosion by the wind and wind and the rain, and make the soil more fertile. So legumes are often used for this purpose. So it is shown that deep-rooted plants. It has been shown the deep-rooted plants which extend their roots into the deep soil layers, absorb water from the deep soil layer of the soil, and discharge excess water into the shallow soil layers. This deep layer water uptake function is called hydraulic lift. The move vigorous growth of the maize growing near deeper rooted region P, as shown in the picture in the left, could be the effect of the hydraulic lift. So this concept is based on the fact the water is transferred from the deep soil layer to the shallow soil layer, according to the gradient of the water potential at night is much higher than the daytime. When the water absorption is higher than the transpiration from the leaves, because the stomata are closed at night and the transpiration does not occur in the night. So this technology, if practical, would be a low cost and sustainable technology, but would be intercropping rather than the single cropping of the one crop. Intercropping is less productive cropping system than the single cropping, but it is effective risk avoidance technique in the unfavorable environment. Okay, so the time is very closing, so please consider your assignment. So the yield comprise the product of irrigation rate and the water use efficiency, and also divided into the water use efficiency for the dry matter production and harvest index. So I show you some different techniques. Maybe you can see in the PDF files, and how you can list up the different agricultural water management techniques, and those techniques how related to the factors. So, for example, the drip irrigation related to the saving water, amount of total applied water, like that. So please list up and consider about this. This is my assignment, but the time is very limited. If you have any questions, so I can answer. Dr. Fajar, is that okay?
And increase our knowledge for the importance of the water for the plant physiological. Sensei, can you hear my voice?
Yeah, I can hear you, boss. Yeah, okay, I can hear you.
So, Sensei, thank you very much for your presentations. It's very nice and interesting content that can open and increase our knowledge about the importance of the water for the plant physiological metabolism. started for the photosynthesis, we learn about the leaf temperature, the regulations of the leaf temperature, and also the water uptake. And you also share the knowledge about the several methods for the water management, such as the conventional irrigation, furrow irrigations, and then the water irrigations, and also smart irrigation system, and water management in a slope area, and also retention techniques with bunch and marks. And we also learned that the elevations also strongly affects the yield of crops, such as in the rain-fed rice. So now I will open the questions and discussions for the students who want to ask the question for Professor Miyazaki. So I will open the session for 2 questions. If somebody has yes, please mention your name and the questions. I will explain to Miyazaki. Yeah.
Ask the questions.
Yes.
Langsung aja. Okay, before it, thank you for the opportunity, Sensei. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Aisha from Agroekoteknologi study program. So as well known is a relation to the need of water for case of rice plants. Rice is the #1 of staple food in Indonesia, but in some locations like in Java Island, the prolonged dry season forced the farmer to cultivate around 1 to 2 times in a year instead of 3 to 4 times because lack of water. So the questions is the first question is it possible to use the upland rice with specific tolerant variety and prolonged dry season like in Indonesia? And my second question is about automatic irrigation system with what the disadvantage of automatic irrigation system, and is it possible to be used in Indonesia now? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. This is the first question from the students.
Yeah.
And is there any other questions? Okay.
Sorry,
That's it. There is one question. So is it okay?
Yeah,
One
yeah.
more question.
Yeah, okay. So,
Hello?
hello. The little bit hard to hear her voice, but her question was about the cultivar variety. First question, and to grow in Indonesia. Cultivar. And the second question is the possibility of the automatic irrigation system. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So should I answer?
I think you can answer the first question first before I ask the students to ask more questions. You can ask the question first.
Okay. Yes. I'm not sure if this is the answer for her, but she asked the cultivar, how the cultivar is can be used under the drought conditions. That's a question. Now the drought tolerant cultivar is studied, and especially about the deep rooting cultivar is also studied. The angle to the roots, how deeply elongated can be studied, and some of the variety introduced the deep rooting the genotypes. So this is one of the useful genotypes. But I think that if the root expanded, the above ground yield also decreased. So increasing the root system also decrease the above ground yield. So the farmer and consumer prefer maybe the high quality rice. So if we consider only for the deep rooting, maybe this is not used for the farmers. This cultivar is not used for the farmers. So I consider the conventional high quality rice cultivar can be used and by maybe manipulate the cultivation method tolerant to the drought. So cultivation method improvement is very essential, I think. This is my answer. And the second question, automatic irrigation system. This is maybe can be conducted under the controlled conditions, water controlled conditions, not in the rain-fed conditions. So if you grow the plants in the greenhouse, so you can use this system. And this is, I think, high investment is required. So maybe near future, also in Indonesia, maybe study these areas. And our Japanese university, especially Kochi University, now welcome to accept the foreign student to study this smart agriculture. So maybe we need to consider the stages of the agriculture. Which stages can be applied these systems. Thank you.
I have questions. Is it okay?
Okay. Thank you.
What is the productivity if we use the drought tolerant rice cultivar? Is it can attaining a 4 ton or 3 tons per hectare?
Sorry, what is sorry.
I asked about the productivity of the drought rice cultivar.
Drought tolerant cultivar. So so that depends on the drought conditions. Even if we use drought tolerant cultivar in the for the rice, under the drought conditions, maybe maybe 2 tons per hectare or something. So the environmental water shortage effect is much more stronger than the cultivar advantage. So how we can control the environment, water supply, that's more important, I think. Cultivar advantage is not so much high, maybe depending on the drought degree, I think.
Okay, Sensei, thank you very much for your clear answer. I think this is the best topic if we can have a research collaboration for rice cultivar, especially we are experiencing the climate change now. Okay. Is there any question again? Okay. There is a question, Sensei, from the students. Please stand forward. Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hanifa Adila. I'm from Agroekoteknologi student program. I would like to ask about the agricultural field commonly relies on rainwater for cultivation. However, sometimes the start of rainy season is delayed or the dry season takes longer than
Sorry, I
This
cannot
may
hear.
be
Yeah.
by using drought-tolerant crop variety. My question is there any drought-tolerant variety for low-land rice? And my second question is, what is the difference between variety?
Sorry, I cannot hear your voice. Sorry, I couldn't hear your voice. So you said the first question is the cultivar variety, but I couldn't hear later. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My question is, the agricultural field commonly relies on rainwater for cultivation. However, sometimes the start of rainy season is delayed or the dry season takes longer than usual. One of the solution is maybe by using drought-tolerant crop variety. My question is there any drought-tolerant variety for lowland rice? And my second question is, what is the difference in the productivity between common variety and drought-tolerant variety in lowland rice? Thank you.
Can you hear? Can you get the questions?
This is also similar.
Can
the
you
question?
get the questions from the student?
Yeah.
There are two questions.
So,
The first question is asking about is there any drought-tolerant cultivar for lowland rice? And the second question is, what is the productivity of the drought tolerant of the lowland rice cultivar?
So this is also similar question with Dr. Paja. So yes. So the drought tolerance cultivar has the significantly larger benefit on the under the dry conditions, but the if the dry maybe drought effect is much severe, the benefit also decrease. So the maybe not to recover to the control wet conditions. So just maybe just to recover the maybe 10%, 20%, 30% under the dry conditions. So still very low compared to the wet conditions. Yeah, and in this moment, under the dry conditions. So the first question was lowland rice cultivar variety.
Yes.
Is it any the lowland rice drought tolerant cultivar?
Yes.
Yeah. So the usually the lowland and the paddy conditions not subjected to the drought. So sometimes the upland rice is used in the lowland, but under the lowland conditions, maybe that's not focused, well focused on the drought effect. So drought damage. So maybe mostly the studies conducted in the under the field upland field conditions. Is that okay?
Yes,
Yes.
it's okay. Very clear. Yeah, about the
But
answers.
yeah. But in
Sensei,
the
because of the
yeah.
Uh,
Okay. And so, but in the developing countries, sometimes occur the wet and dry during the maybe uh, intermediate period. So after the flooding become dry, sometimes occur. So these the change from the drought to wet to dry. So that might be also important matters. So some of the researchers study the plasticity between the dry and wet. So how recover after the drying? That's also research area. Is that okay?
this is okay.
Yes. Thank
Yeah. Because of the limitations of the time, so I'm going to end of this class, and I really appreciate your time being a special lecture for us today in this visiting professor program, and hopefully the topics, the contents that you already share through your presentations have a beneficial for the students attending this class, and also we might have special research collaborations in the near time between Kochi University and Diponegoro University, the Faculty of Animal and Agriculture Science, and dealing with this the kind of the variety cultivar of food crops, in relation to the climate change that now we are experiencing in this year, and also maybe the year after 2024 or 2025 and so on. So thank you very much again, Sensei, for your time.
Yeah,
and
thank you
we
very
are
much.
going to end this class. I also thanks to the students attending this class, and also some lectures, the head of the study program from Agroekotek and lectures, and also the committee. And thank you very much for today's class. Yeah. So hopefully I will be joining the field research field work in Kochi University with the students. I miss having lunch together in Nangkoku in the canteen with the students,
Yeah.
and also
Yeah.
Yamamoto and Professor Miyazaki Sensei.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, I
if
miss you. Yeah.
you meet Professor Yamamoto, please send my best regards to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You have
Thank you very much.
some comments to the students?
Yeah. So if you have any interest, please contact me through Dr. Fajar anytime. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining.
You're welcome, Sensei. Thank you very much for your time. Yeah. Let's give applause to I'm going to deliver the letter to the MC.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, the agenda will be continued by giving the token of appreciation to Professor Akira Miyazaki. Mr. Pacha will give the token of appreciation for Professor Miyazaki. For the committee, please.
Sensei, we
Yes.
have a certificate that we have made for you. Yeah, this is the certificate awarded to you from our faculty of Animal and Agriculture Sciences. We have proudly presented you as a speaker in this special visiting professor program. So
Yes.
please have this certificate to you as our reward from university to you.
Yes. Okay, so you can send me this one
Yeah.
certification. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully these collaborations will last for between university, between Kochi and Diponegoro University.
Yeah. So
Thank you very much
yeah.
for your valuable time for
Yeah.
this visiting professor program.
Okay. Thank you. So visit my laboratory and the university again. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really miss
Yeah.
Japanese
Yeah.
sashimi.
Kuishinbo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what else?
Enough.
Enough. Okay, Sensei, the letter we also send you our
Certification.
record.
Okay.
Apa namanya? We will send you a special souvenir from us to your laboratory, crop science laboratory.
Yes.
Will be addressed to crop science laboratory.
Sorry.
We are sending you a special souvenir from our faculty to you, so it will be addressed to crop science laboratory. Is it okay?
Yeah, group science laboratory. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much once again, Sensei. And
Yeah,
also the
okay.
students very much
Yeah.
for your
Right.
time to joining our course. Yeah.
We would like to say thank you very much to Professor Akira Miyazaki as a speaker and Mr. Alberto Sajarian as a moderator. Please kindly, please. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have finally reached to the end of our event. Thank you very much for your nice attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Open greetings. Sensei,
Yes.
before you leave this conference, let me say something. So we hope this lecture is the first stand for us, yeah, to have research collaborations, especially for the food crop between the Kochi and Diponegoro University.
Yes.
And okay, I think so. Sayonara. We'll see you again, yeah. Cak
Okay.
mata aimas,
Okay.
Sensei.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sayonara.
Right.
Okay.
Bisa beri tepuk tangan yang meriah ya. Okay, we will continue to celebrate this moment. Please allow me to ask all of you to join the photo station. In front of the stage, please, all of you come forward. Kita foto bersama di depan panggung. Ayo. Mari. Foto dulu.
Yuk, barangkali ada kelas lagi kalian. Come on, guys.
Dia nelpon jam 11 malam. Bisa di atas juga kan?
Oh, monggo. Ayo.
Untuk yang putri bisa menyebar ke sebelah kanan, kita masih kosong.
Ada yang cengok nggak apa-apa ya, Bu?
Mari yang sebelah sini bisa duduk ada di bagian depan. Berapa?
Cukup nggak?
Yang sebelah kanan bisa merapat ada yang ke depan lagi. Oke, yang sebelah kiri juga merapat. Foto formal, bukan formasi. Foto siap aja dulu ya, yang pertama. 1, 2, 3. Yang kedua bisa sambil dilanci. 1, 2, 3, cing. Oke, yang terakhir pakai finger heart. 1, 2, 3. Oke, terima kasih.
Sama-sama. Kita panitia ya. Adik-adiknya keluar dulu apa? Makasih ya. Ya Pak Rektor.
Mantap.
MC-nya Pak Rektor. Terima kasih kembali.
Mantap, Mas Iqbal.
Kakak-kakak panitia bisa ke depan, kita foto bersama.